Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I fade, nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, up to solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got right for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not self. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dog. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we running. Bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. If you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine in. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. You PK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that econ line into a damn tank. I got chopper stash in the attic like they Air Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See, I'm throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in, I ain't show no mercy, I'm gonna show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He's nice, but he don't show the skills, how I show the skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a made, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real.
All right, let's go ahead and clap it up. All right, we are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commanding General Yohana. Today is Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is what's going to save this nation. Brotherhood is how we take care of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay? It's imperative to have brotherhood. It's highly one of the most important things that we need, especially in our community, because we don't have any brotherhood. Okay, we have a whole lot of hatred for one another, and then we want to give all our brotherhood and all our love to every other nation. Okay, you'll treat them like they are the cream of the crop, and you'll treat your own people like they are nothing. Okay, and speaking of nothing, that's going to segue right into tonight's this is going to segue right into tonight's class. Okay, it's false idols. All right, false idols. Okay, them idols that you worship, they are nothing. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we worship so many idols. Okay, we love idols. All right. The number one idol that so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians worship is Caesar Borgia. That is their number one idol. You know, the so-called Blacks. Ooh, we love us some Christianity. We love Caesar Borgia. We love that hymn book. We love that church. Okay? We love worshiping that false idol Caesar Borgia. And what's so wicked about the Christian church is that the people who attend church, they believe that they're getting healed. If they are sick, they believe going to that church is going to heal them. If they are down on something, they believe going to that church is going to heal them. Baba Kashak, can you turn it down a little bit? One more. The water. Okay? We love that. When we believe that we are being healed, we believe that we are being helped. We believe that we are saved. Okay? Our brothers and sisters in so-called Hispanics and that Catholicism. Okay? You know, you go in there and you are going to tell all your sins to some homosexual child molesting priest. And you think that he can give you a blessing. He can't give you no blessing, okay? We need to put away these false idols. We need to put away, what else? These pagan holidays. These eating foods to customs that ain't ours. Okay? So tonight, we're going to have a part 2 of the idols from last week. If you wasn't here last week, you can go back and watch the video, get the precepts, okay? But we are going to continue on in this lesson. The first verse I need is 1 Corinthians 8:4. We need to get some understanding. Hold on, before we go there, also, we like to worship these other nations. You know what just go ahead and go there. Go ahead and go there. I'll deal with that later. All right. I definitely want to get this.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 4.
Yep.
As concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered and sacrificed unto idols.
The what?
Offered unto sacrifices unto idols.
So eating those things, sacrificing the idols. What can you eat that sacrifice to an idol? Who knows? Go ahead.
The almighty pig in the blanket.
The almighty pig in the blanket. And what is that pig from? What day do they roast a pig? Go ahead.
There's so many, but July 4th.
July 4th. They love to roast that pig. Especially me. I'm Ephraim. Okay? That's why people tell me you're not a real Puerto Rican because you don't eat pork. Okay? But I'm not a real Puerto Rican. You know why? Because I'm a real Ephraimite.
That's right.
That's why I don't eat the swine. Okay? What other, read that part again, sacrifice the what?
Come on. Therefore, the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols.
What else do we eat that's sacrifice to idols? Sisters, go ahead. No, like what? Think of these wicked so-called holidays, pagan holidays, and think of what you eat on those days. And turkey is from what? Thanksgiving turkey. What else? Birthday cake. What else? Christmas ham. What else? Easter duck. Okay. You know what else? That is a lawful food. But on New Year's, you're gonna eat some pinto beans or whatever. What is that? What they eat? Black eyed peas. That's it. There's nothing wrong with black eyed peas. There's nothing wrong with turkey. But on those days, there's absolutely something wrong with it.
Right. Because
you are worshiping a false idol. You are worshiping a holiday and not a high holy day. Okay? Continue reading. Also, the Bible.
We know that an idol is nothing in the world.
The idol is what?
Nothing in the world.
Them idols is nothing in the world. Just like Caesar Borgia, he is nothing. He can do nothing for you.
Right.
Okay? Krishna, anything out of Kemet, Muhammad in Islam, these things are nothing. They are false. They could do nothing for you. just like these so-called holidays that y'all celebrate. Christmas, that Christmas ham could do nothing for you.
Right.
You are eating foods that are sacrificed unto idols. Okay? We are not supposed to do that. We are not supposed to partake in that. Okay? Continue reading.
And that there is none other God but one.
There is what?
None other God but one.
Nah, Caesar Borgia is a God.
None other God but one.
Allah. Where we at?
At the end of verse 4.
Well, okay, go to 5. It's going to get deeper. Dang. Yeah, it's going to get deeper.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many.
There's many gods. There's many lords. There is many. By all, we make you make your grandma Big Mama. We all worship Big Mama in the black community, right?
Right.
If she died, you're going to have the whole mural and shrine off of her. You're going to set a plate out on every so-called holiday. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, set a plate out for her. Okay? What other things? Read that part one more time.
For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many.
There be many gods, many lords. You could look at the Egyptian nonsense. You could look at Greek mythology. They have all kind of gods. Okay, you have your Zeuses, your Thors, your Hercules, your what's the one what's the one from Troy? The
Apollo.
Well, not Apollo, but Achilles. There's many gods. You have Newt, you have Ra, you have Heru, you have Allah, you have all these things. There is many gods, but read verse 6.
Verse 6. But to us there is but one God.
But what?
But to us there is but one God.
But to us in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, there is what?
But one God.
There is only one God. Okay? It's not two gods. It's not three gods. It's not four gods. There is one Yahweh, the Most High Power. Continue.
Right. The Father, of whom are all things. And we in him. And one Lord, Yahushua.
One out of one, Yahushua. Go back up and read that from the beginning again.
Verse 6. But to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord, Yahushua.
So why isn't Yahushua God? Christians, y'all love to say that Christ is God, right? But it says there is only one God.
Right.
If Yahushua was God too, you know, when it says he and my Father are one, that means they're on one accord. That means they're on one mind. It doesn't mean they become one person. Okay? My household is one. We're not just one person. Okay? Go ahead and continue. Somebody take care of that. I don't even see no smoke for it to be doing that. All right, continue.
And one Lord, Yahushua, to whom are all things, and we by him.
You don't have to just stand there.
Verse 7. Howbeit, there is not in any man that knowledge.
Howbeit, there is not in every man that knowledge of the one Lord, one Christ, of the you should not eat shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster. Okay? of you should follow these commandments.
Right.
That's why y'all have no understanding. That's why y'all have to come here in the Israelite School of UPK so you can get these breakdowns, so you can get understanding. Okay? Continue.
For some with conscience to the idol and to the hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol.
Yeah. In that hour, you sitting at that table with your family, okay, and they preparing that Christmas dinner, that Thanksgiving dinner, that Easter Sunday dinner. You're going to sit there and you are going to eat it. Continue.
And their conscience being weak is defiled.
And your conscience being weak is defiled. You sitting there partaking in these things, eating of these sacrifices unto idols, okay? It is defiling you. Because you're willing to go against the Most High. Okay? And hold where you at. Give me Amos 5:21, I believe it is.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
I hate.
No, I love.
I hate.
No, I encourage.
I hate.
No, I enjoy.
I hate.
No, I partake.
I hate. I despise your feast days.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I will not smell your solemn assemblies.
So I hate your feast days. And I don't give a damn what you're cooking. I'm not gonna smell it. I'm not in agreement with you. You are not on one accord with the Most High when you partake in your own feast days. Your birthday is a feast day. Your partaking in these pagan holidays is a feast day. These are all the feast days, okay? The Lord hates all of those things. You think the Lord's with you on July 4th. He's not, okay? You think the Lord is with you on Christmas, okay? While you opening up all your stupid presents, you know? And nobody in your household is really happy because nobody is getting what they want because we are all poor. I can't give you the damn commercial. Every Christmas, I got to see a commercial where the man gets his wife a Mercedes outside with a bow. Hell, I can't do that. And I'm supposed to be sitting here looked at lower because I can't provide you this commercial. You know, on the commercial, they getting their kids the good bicycle, the good toys. You can't afford those good toys because we all are oppressed.
Right.
We all are living in hell. Okay? Continue reading.
Verse 21. On 22. Slakia.
Hold on. That's where we at?
Amos 5.
Oh, Slakia. Go back to 1 Corinthians. Slakia. That's my fault. 1 Corinthians
8 and 7.
8 and 8. Yep. Because I just wanted to go to Amos 5:21 to touch on those feast days so you could see. So, you know, we could correlate this all together. Like the Lord is not with you during your birthday. He's not with you during these pagan holidays. He's not with you when you making engraven images. He's not with you for none of these things. Absolutely none of them. Continue reading.
This 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 8. But meat commended us not to God.
Mm-hmm.
For neither, if we eat, are we the better.
Uh-huh.
Neither, if we eat not, are we the worse.
So neither if we eat, is it going to make us better? Or is it going to make us worse? Okay? The problem is what you eat is, all right, so some people will say a chicken is filthy, right? And some people will say a pig is filthy. But the difference is what does the Lord say? What is the law? One is lawful, one is not. Continue reading.
Verse 9. But take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
These meats, something so simple as sitting down for a Thanksgiving dinner, a Christmas dinner, sitting down, eating these foods, okay? These things are stumbling blocks because they keep you in sin. They keep you worshiping things that you're not supposed to worship. And that's why every one of your so-called feast days, that's why the Lord said, I hate your feast days. And every feast day you have, one of the family members is getting into it with another family member.
Right.
You can't bring so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together for anything that is not of the Lord, and we get along. Hell, there might be a stabbing and shooting, and we all got the same blood running through us. Because the Lord is not with you on these days. These days is demonic. These days is paganism. Okay? Continue reading.
Verse 10. For if any man see thee, which has knowledge, sit at meat in the idol's temple.
All right, so if you got knowledge and you sitting in these idols' temples, you sitting at Big Mama's house, you sitting at your mama's house, you at your uncle's house for these holidays.
Shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols?
So you going over there, okay? I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't celebrate this. I don't celebrate that. But you're going to go over there, and you are going to be weak, and you are going to eat, and you are going to feast and feed and get full. You understand? All right. Drop to Corinthians 10 and 18.
Come. First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 18. Behold, Yasharallah, after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar?
Read that one more time.
Verse 18. Behold, Yasharallah, after the flesh, are not they which eat of the sacrifices partakers of the altar?
Continue.
Verse 19. What say I then? That the idol is anything.
The idol is what?
That the idol is anything.
Should I say that this idol is something? Continue reading.
What say I then? That the idol is anything. Or that which is offered and sacrificed to idols is anything.
So should I say that things that are sacrificed to idols are something when they are nothing? Continue reading.
Verse 20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice.
With the things that the who?
Gentiles sacrifice.
Christmas is what?
Gentiles.
Thanksgiving is?
Gentiles.
Easter is?
Gentiles.
4th of July is?
Gentiles sacrifice.
New Year's is?
Gentiles sacrifice.
Continue reading.
They sacrifice to devils.
They sacrifice to who?
Devils.
No, the Most High.
Devils.
Not something righteous.
Devils.
Not something holy and set apart.
Devils.
They sacrifice to devils. Everything that you doing, everything that you love, everything that you will yourself is sacrificing to devils. Continue reading.
And not God. Oh, so like and not to God.
And not to God. Go ahead.
And I would not.
Where you at?
Oh, verse 20.
All right, go ahead.
And not to God. And I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils.
You should not what?
Have fellowship with devils.
Yeah. You shouldn't have fellowship with devils. This is twofold. You shouldn't have fellowship with them false idols. And you shouldn't have fellowship with the damn white man, period.
Right.
I just had to throw that in there, you know, just because it said devils. I just wanted to throw that in there, even though the devils right here is those idols, those things that you worship, those things that you love, those things that you have such a high reverence for. Okay? It's time to start having a high reverence for the Feast of First Fruits.
Right.
The Feast of Dedication, the Passover, okay? The Feast of Purim, okay? Our customs, our high holy days. Continue reading.
Verse 21. Ye cannot eat the cup of the Lord.
That's right.
And the cup of the devils.
You cannot what?
Eat the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devils.
You cannot what?
Eat the cup of the Lord.
Read that one more time.
Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of the devils.
You can't drink the cup of the Lord and drink the cup of the devils. You can't do both. That's why it says you can't serve man and mammon. Right. Okay? You can't. Because you can't dwell with the Most High and dwell with the devil.
Right.
Continue reading. What, you want to pull a precept? Or, okay. You doing something else. All right. Go ahead. Multitasker. Most High in Christ.
Verse 22. Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy?
Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Every time we partake in these wicked holidays, every time we celebrate our birthday or a day that's not the high holy day, we are provoking the Lord to jealousy. God does not want you doing those things. That's why he said he hates your feast days. You think your damn birthday is so special. What makes you special out of all these people in the world? Some people celebrate their whole week as their birthday. Some people celebrate the whole month. Some people celebrate their half birthday. What the hell is that?
Right.
What the hell makes you so special when you never did anything in this goddamn world? But you special and we supposed to come together and celebrate you? Because you some wicked, demonic bastard? I'm supposed to celebrate you, come together for your birthday? Because they freed Pookie and that was his birthday? And he killed 37 Nick brothers? I'm supposed to celebrate this whore's birthday when she's just going to go out and whore, go to a new city just to sleep with a new nigga who she doesn't know? We supposed to celebrate these things? Nah. That's what we provoke the Lord to jealousy. Because we all think we so goddamn special.
Right.
We all think the world revolves around us. There's other people out there. Okay? Continue reading.
Are we stronger than he?
Are we stronger than the Most High? Who in here is stronger than the Most High? Nobody.
Right.
Continue.
Verse 23. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me.
Hold on, where you at?
Verse 23.
No, I want you to drop down to 28. Salakia, that's my fault.
Verse 28. But if any man say unto you, this is offered and sacrificed unto idols, eat not.
Do what?
Eat not.
Don't eat that Thanksgiving turkey. Don't eat that Christmas ham. Don't eat all that barbecue on July 4th.
Right.
Don't eat whatever the hell y'all eat on Easter. What the hell do Christians eat on Easter? Eggs? Do they eat eggs? Is that the rabbit's way? Hell, I don't know.
Devil's eggs.
The deviled eggs. Give that brother a hand. Good night. Deviled eggs. Good night. Don't not be partakers in it. It says eat not. Okay?
Right.
Continue reading.
Eat not for his sake that sheweth it. And for consciousness, and for conscience sake. For the earth is the Lord's.
The earth is the who?
The Lord's.
No, it's the white man's.
The Ottoman.
No, the East Indians.
The Lord's.
No, the Chinese.
The Lord's.
So you don't partake in these people's holidays. You don't partake in their foods. The earth is the Lord's. You do what the hell he says, not what you want to do. Continue reading.
And the fullness thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 29.
Yep.
Conscience, I say, not thine own, but of the other. For why is my liberty judged for another man's conscience?
Continue reading.
Verse 30. For if I by grace be a partaker, why am I evils spoken of for that for which I give thanks?
That's why Christians want to eat everything. They feel like because they gave thanks to it, they could just be partakers. Okay? You know? Continue reading. Maybe they change the battery. I don't
Verse
know.
31. Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all the glory of God.
You do all the glory of God. You can't do the glory of God celebrating a false idol. You can't do the glory of God messing with these holidays.
Right.
You can't do the glory of God having a crawfish broil for your birthday.
Right.
Okay? You can't do it celebrating these holidays, celebrating your birthday, eating that cake. You know, that's not to the glory of God. Because in the Bible, it says nothing of those things. It tells you not to partake in those things.
Right.
So we have to understand. I'm going to read that one more time. It says, whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, you doing the glory of God. That's why we celebrate the high holy days. The high holy days is proof that we show glory to God. That's what we do here in Israelite School of UPK. That's what it's about. It's about showing glory to God. Because we are nothing. It says we are as a snow-covered dung, okay? We are nothing. All righteousness is as filthy rags. Right. So everything you're supposed to do is supposed to be to the glory of God. Get the wog over there? All right, well, no sweat. Don't worry about it if you can't get it. You know, it might still work without it. But we have to understand these false idols, these customs, these things are not ours. We have our own. But because we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, we don't know anything about our own customs. We only know the customs that was taught to us. And that is a major problem because these customs that was taught to us are false customs, and they have you actually turning away from God, not running to him.
Right.
Okay? That's why they teach you that the Old Testament is done away with. They say the law is done away with. But 1 John, I believe, chapter 3 and 4, it says, and I'm paraphrased, but the sin is a transgression of the law. So if sin is a transgression of the law, and the law is done away with, there is no sin. So now that Christians believe there is no sin, they believe there is nothing they can do wrong in the sight of God. Okay? When everything they do is wrong in the sight of God. Right. Teaching you that God loves everybody. That's wrong in the sight of God. Or else they wouldn't say for Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated.
Right.
So we have to understand these things. We have to come to a full conclusion. We have to judge the matter. Okay? We have to judge all these other philosophies versus the true doctrine of the Bible. Let me get 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 1 and 9.
It's 1 Thessalonians Chapter 1, verse 9. For they themselves shew of us that matter of entering in we had unto you, and how ye turned to God from idols to serve the living and true God.
And how do we what?
Turn to God from idols to serve the living and true God.
Everybody in ISUPK does what?
Turn to God from idols.
That's what we do. We turn to God from these idols, and we put away Christianity. We put away Christmas. Okay, we put away all these abominable things. We put it away, and we left it. Okay, continue reading.
Verse 10. And to wait for his son
and
from
to
heaven.
wait for his son from heaven to occupy. Continue.
To wait for his son from heaven, whom he raised from the dead, even Yahushua,
yep, which
delivered us from the wrath to come.
Delivered us from that wrath to come. What's that wrath to come? Thermonuclear warfare. When we will be up in the chariots. Okay? Well, we're not celebrating Thanksgiving. Christmas. And Christians, do you know that Christmas is in the damn Bible?
Okay? Right.
I don't know if you know that, but Christmas is in the Bible. Matter of fact, I want to get that. Give me Jeremiah. Yeah, right. Believe it's 4 around the 10th chapter. I think it's, is it 10 and 4 or 4 and 10? 10 and 4. 10 and 4, Most High in Christ.
I mean, you can start.
I'm gonna start at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're starting at 1.
All right. You ready, sir? Come on, sir. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spake against you.
Hear ye the word which the Lord spake against you. Not every damn body. Continue.
O house of Yasharallah.
O house of who?
Yasharallah.
Nah, Moab.
Yasharallah.
Nah, the Amalekites.
Israel.
Nah, Esau.
Israel.
Nah, the East Indian.
Israel.
The African.
Israel.
Okay.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord.
Thus said who?
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus said Shamar.
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus said Thamaki.
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus said Awan Yala.
Thus saith the Lord.
Yatazai.
The Lord.
General Muhammad.
The Lord.
General Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Right. Thus says the Lord, the Most High God, Power, Yahweh.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Do everything they teach you in their schools.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Watch them and study their customs.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. Continue.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Don't be looking at the stars and be just, oh, I'm so into astrology because I was looking at this star. You don't know a damn thing about the stars.
Right.
You couldn't find your damn zodiac sign if we drew it out for you. You don't know where the hell that is in the sky. Oh, that's the Big Dipper. Oh, you don't know a damn thing. Continue.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed by them. You know, you look at astrology. Why? Because your enemy does.
Right.
Your enemy tells you you're a damn Taurus. You're a Libra. You're a Cancer. What he should just tell you is you're a dumbass because you are following these silly signs. Go ahead.
It's like you're a whore in his eyes, scope of his view.
Right.
Because you want to worship other pagan customs.
Right.
It's like
he hates that.
Correct.
He hates us for that. Continue.
Well, it's like, what does he call a whore in the Bible?
A
harlot.
A harlot. I'm about to get that. I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna get that. But look.
No, sir.
But a harlot. That sounds like a starlet.
Right.
Y'all want to sing so bad and be the starlets when really you're just the harlots. Okay?
That's right.
Continue reading.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
Vain means nothing in the Bible. These customs of these people, they are vain. They are absolutely nothing.
Right. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Oh, Christian, this is Christmas. Because I asked you, can you find Christmas in the Bible? And Christian said, it's not in there, but we just represent it because we love Jesus and all his holiness. And he died on the cross, and I got the blood of Jesus on me. But read that again.
For the customs of the people are vain.
They are nothing.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
All right, they're cutting that tree. They're going in there, getting that pine tree. And
right.
What else?
The work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
He gonna work it with that axe. He gonna chop like Paul Bunyan. You know, he just chopping like Paul Bunyan. Continue.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Silver and gold. I've been hearing that song since I was an infant.
Right.
It has been embedded in my brain. Okay? They make you love. Oh, I loved Christmas so much. Oh, I used to get the video camera, wake everybody. I was the first one up.
Right.
And I wasn't getting nothing.
That's right.
Tell my kids that Santa Claus came down. Yeah, that fat white dude, he came down the chimney that we don't have in these apartments. And brought you all these gifts. Because he loved you. You know what? You want to know what's so wicked about teaching your kids about Christmas and Santa Claus? Is because when your neighbor gets something so nice and gets 13 or 14 or 15 toys, and you get a damn socks, you're gonna think that Santa Claus loves them more.
Right.
You know? Go ahead.
It's crazy that we're dealing with monkeypox right now because everything that Christmas teaches us leads to the LGBTQ community.
That's right.
Here go they ABCs. I'm coming down your chimney. Come sit on my lap.
Right.
I can give you those socks back.
Right. While we eat milk and cookies.
Good night.
Do I gotta relate to the Bernie Mac milk and cookies? But you leaving these things for strangers. Right. And if a stranger comes in your house, you are supposed to kill them when they come. If a burglar came in your house unannounced, you would go off. You would call the police or you would try to defend yourself, I would imagine. But if you catch this white man, this jolly white man with rosy cheeks, you're going to be happy. When you want to know, Santa Claus was real. His name was Kris Kringle. He was a black man in Russia.
Right,
Saint Nicholas, giving the presents to the poor kids. Okay? It wasn't your Christmas. Go ahead.
Sly, I don't think they heard you. Who?
A black man in Russia.
Good.
That's where this happened at. They always take our tales, they turn them into their fairy tales, and they sell them back to us. Because there's something innate in you that understands that. That's heavy. Continue reading. Where are we at?
We're on verse 4, sir.
Yeah. That's the heavy one.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
You can deck that tree with silver and gold. That's why they sell you silver and gold things. Continue.
They fasten it with nails.
They're fastening it with nails. See, we didn't talk about these new Christmas trees. We're talking about the old ones where you set it in that joint and you twisted it and you fastened it with the nails. So it what?
And with hammers that it moved not.
So it didn't move. Continue reading.
Verse 5.
No, we're not going to verse 5. That silver and gold that fasten it with hammers so it moves not. That is talking about your Christmas tree.
Right.
That's what it is. You know, that's what we do. We deck it in silver and gold. And then the balls on the tree. Does anybody know about the balls on the tree, why they're there? Go ahead.
They're from a mother. I'm sorry, I'm not sure of his name.
Nimrod.
Or heads. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what they was. They was chopping heads off and putting them on the tree. Do you ever wonder why you have to put presents under the tree?
Right.
Who knows that? Why do we put presents under the tree? Go ahead.
It's a idolatry tactic that most people don't even realize they're doing. You're bowing down to the tree before you get the present.
Right. Go ahead.
I believe his name is Nimrod.
And what happened with Nimrod?
His mother wanted to bring presents to the tree in order to...
That's why it's not that she wanted to bring presents to the tree. What happened is when Nimrod died,
right,
his mother said his spirit was in that tree. And everybody came and brought presents.
Right.
And we do this to today. You were celebrating some Hamite.
Right.
And then you're celebrating whatever Greek and pagan philosophy that goes with it. You're celebrating so much wickedness in this one holiday. Give me Revelations 2 and 14.
Come on, sir. This is Revelations. Chapter 2, verse 14. And it reads, but I have few things against thee.
Okay.
Because thou hast dared them that hold the doctrine of Balaam.
Balaam.
Oh, Balaam? Balaam?
Yeah. God, so like it. Yep.
Who taught Balak
to
cast a stumbling block.
To do what?
To cast a stumbling
block. What is a stumbling block? Throw out some stumbling blocks. Go ahead.
Damn, one?
Anyone.
Oh, okay.
You can run them off if you want.
Tickets.
Okay.
Paying for water.
Okay.
Pagan holidays.
Okay.
Like
drugs.
Yeah.
Black on black violence.
Right.
These are stumbling blocks that they set before us. Continue reading.
Before the children of Yasharallah.
Before who?
The children of Israel.
It's not before the children of everybody. That's why you could go to school with this white boy. Y'all could get caught smoking weed together and only you get suspended because there's no stumbling blocks set before them.
Right.
These stumbling blocks are set before us. That's why our lives are hard. That's why we struggle.
Right.
Okay? Them stumbling blocks are for us. That's why we get 10, 15 years in prison while you will get 10 or 15 months in probation if you're another nation. These stumbling blocks are for who?
For the children of Israel.
For the children of Israel. Yasharallah, the sons of the power. Continue reading. Go ahead.
I wanna chime in.
Go ahead, chime in. Damn right.
What's so heavy about what the priest is bringing to the table? If you look in Russia right now, right, or Ukraine, wherever Brittany Griner got locked up, I'm not sure. Maybe it was Russia. Okay, it was Russia. She got 9 years for not even a gram of some THC. But if you look at the history of the so-called white man getting locked up for THC, they had over a half, right? A half of an ounce.
Right.
And only got months in jail.
That's right.
But she got 9 years for a 0.7 THC. That is a stumbling block.
And it was in a vape pen.
Right.
At that. It wasn't even buds.
Right.
It was oil in a vape pen. And the whole thing is they've been watching and they knew she was going to bring it in. And they said, right, you think you're going to come over here, lick on our Russian box? Damn. You think you're going to come lick this Russian box? Nah. Give her 9 years.
And they said,
let her man up. She wants to be such a man. Go ahead.
They said she was attempting to distribute.
Right.
0.7.
Right. Ain't that a
good night?
She knew she wasn't supposed to fly over there talking about her doctor prescribed it.
And she didn't notice that she left it in the
You
bag.
Strong as a damn bull. You must be Samson's sister.
Damn.
You don't need THC for any damn thing.
Right.
You is strong and big, and you've been dunking basketball since you was 11. You know, I think she about 6'8", 6'9". I don't know.
We can pull it.
Yeah, we can pull it. She about 6'8", 6'9".
How tall is Brittany Gregory?
You know? Wasn't nobody saying free Britney when she beat the hell out of her wife?
Check it out.
Who said that? Absolutely nobody.
Right.
But Brittany Griner, you know, because she went to Baylor.
Right.
And she played in the WNBA. What the hell is she doing overseas playing anyway?
6'9".
You 6'9". You LeBron James height. Okay? And you talking about playing over there. Good night. Where we at?
We on 2-14, sir. Finishing.
Drop down to 20.
To eat things sacrificed unto idols
Mm-hmm.
and to commit fornication. Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
All right. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against thee.
Uh-huh.
Because thou sufferedest that woman Jezebel.
Uh-huh.
Which calleth herself a prophetess.
Every prophetess in the Christian church that's teaching all these women or what?
Calleth herself a prophetess.
I want to go back to the Jezebel. The Jezebel. They say, you calling yourself a prophetess, you ain't nothing but a damn Jezebel.
Right.
Okay? This way, notwithstanding these few things that I have against these few things against thee, because thou suffer that woman, that Jezebel. Some of y'all are letting that Jezebel run your damn household. Run everything you do. Run your business. Run your home. Run your church, your congregation. Okay? Run every damn thing. Because you know that Jezebel spirit is running real high right now, because you can't tell a black or Hispanic or Native Indian woman a damn thing. A woman could have all the preference. I want a nigga who's 6'4", who don't have no kids. I want them dark chocolate. I want them to have a good job. They can have all the preference they want, because that's that Jezebel spirit. But let you have let you say, oh, well, I want my woman to look like this. I want a woman that look this weight, this height, this complexion. Oh, it's going to be a problem. Because that Jezebel spirit is running rampant through the earth. And the white man teaches our women they could be or do anything they want. But as a man, you have to be what the hell they want.
Right.
So you don't have to be what I want, but I got to be everything you want. I seen a sister online talking about all these things, all these qualifications that she didn't meet. How the hell are you asking your man for qualifications you can't even meet?
Right.
And I'm tired of women thinking they the goddamn prize. Okay? And I'm going to say something deep to you sisters. But really, all you sisters out here who think you single, sexy, and free, what the hell are you offering to a man besides some other niggas' kids? Okay? Are you offering peace? I knew when I got a rib, I knew what I wanted. I wanted peace, you know, and that's exactly what my rib gives me. Peace. My rib makes life easy. My rib makes my life 1,000 times easier. My life is easy. I don't think about dinner. I don't think about my clothes being washed. I don't think about certain things. I don't think about her running off. I don't have no, my rib puts my mind at ease. Okay? And I try to do the same thing for her.
Right.
to make each other's life easier, to make the household peaceful. I don't want no problems with her. You know? But these false idols, these false gods, these false antics, it makes people think that they're more important than they are. When none of us is Christ and none of us is Yahweh.
Right.
We all are oppressed. And that's mainly why we fighting with each other. The number one reason we fighting, men and women are fighting with each other, is because we both are oppressed. We both don't have nothing. We both don't have no ownership. We both are lacking. Okay? Where we at?
Verse 20.
I think we're about to drop that. What in 20?
1 and 20?
No, what in 20? No.
Oh,
2 and 20. All right, give me that's it on that?
Nah.
Continue reading.
Because thou sufferest that women Jezebel, which calleth herself a prophetess, to teach.
She thinks she a prophetess. She thinks she know every damn thing. Man, women, y'all can teach anything in this world except the Bible. Everything else, y'all got it. I need Wisdom of Solomon, 15 and 15. Bible.
This is wisdom. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 15. For they counted all the idols of the heathen to be gods.
They counted. They looking at these idols of the heathens to be gods, as we do today. Every idol that is out there in this world, we looking at it as a god. You looking at the Ankh as a god.
Right.
You looking at Mayat and Horus as a god. And I hate when they all right, so we pray to Caesar Borgia. We look at him as a god, right? So we pray to Caesar Borgia. But what does the Pope pray to? Y'all sisters in the back. We pray to Caesar Borgia. We pray to a white Jesus in the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities. But do y'all know what the Pope prays to? Do y'all know what his Madonnas and his idols look like? They are black. And you so-called comedic nonsense wannabe scholars, y'all try to say that that's because of Mayat and Heru. That's not what that is. Okay? They are representing a real God, a real culture. All right? Continue reading.
Which neither have the use of eyes to see.
So all your idols that you erect, they don't have no eyes to see. Okay? Continue.
Nor noses to draw breath.
They ain't breathing that breath of life. These laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
They cannot do that. Continue.
Nor ears to hear.
Nor ears to hear. They can't hear you. That's why when we read last week about them praying to Baal, right? He was busy, right?
Right.
They said maybe he's busy, or he's sleeping,
right,
or he's out there searching, because they ain't got ears to hear.
Right.
Your false idols ain't got ears to hear. Continue reading.
Nor fingers of hands to handle.
Yeah, they ain't got no fingers to handle. What are they going to touch? What are they going to build? No, that's fool. What are they going to build? You know, their hands can't do nothing. Yeah, Salakia. This is about to. Your idols have idle hands.
Right.
Your idols, your false idols, have idle hands. They can't do nothing.
Hey, that's so true for all the dreadhead wearing brothers that don't know where that culture comes from.
They don't.
What's his name? Shiva.
Shiva.
Got what? 4 hands?
Right.
If you look at Mortal Kombat, what they got?
Yeah.
They can't touch nothing
right.
but video game.
You damn right.
That's crazy.
And that is the truth. Like you over here representing these dreads. You think you Jamaican. You think you, and all Jamaicans say they think they representing Haile Selassie, who is supposed to be from King Solomon and Sheba's bloodline. They called him, that was the last person on this earth they called the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He is not Christ. You wanted to say something, sister?
I just wanted to ask,
Come up. Come up so they can hear you. And say it loud and proud.
Maki touched on dreads, you know, even just for women, we can't even wear our hair in the fro because it's just, people automatically assume that it's just African. And we see things like African queen, African that, and it's automatically assumed that that's what we're representing. That's awesome. Yeah,
and I was around a whole bunch of damn Hamites today. Okay? And I could tell them apart from us.
Right.
Because what does it say? It says that not a person or a dog will move their tongue against Israel, to let you know that the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites.
That's right.
We is not African. There is archaeology. There is anthropology, you know. And if you don't know those words, look them the hell up and do some damn research. And matter of fact, just get in class. That's the one thing you could do. You want to know any goddamn thing, you might want to get in the Israelite school of UPK. Okay?
Right.
That's where the answers are. Okay? Where we at?
We at the last.
All right, go ahead.
As for their feet, they are slow to go.
Their feet are slow to go. You will pray to this God until you die, and not a damn thing's going to happen. Give me the letter of Jeremiah in the Apocrypha, 17:3. Yeah, your Christian pastor don't know a damn thing about wisdom of Solomon. Your Christian pastor don't know a damn thing about the letter of Jeremiah. Even though he might go into Jeremiah and pull whatever the hell he thinks it is. Okay?
You know, this white man stole everything from us. They not let me just pull it right now, so bear with us.
Yeah. And if they don't, I'll read it.
Sir, I'll still read it for you. Yeah, they not letting us pull it up to the multitude, sir.
Yeah, they don't want this out.
Yeah,
you know, this ain't no fake Israelite group who no precepts get interrupted, whose knows live streams get interrupted, who never has to deal with any damn thing. Okay.
Well, what's that?
17:3. Letter of Jeremiah and the Apocrypha.
Oh, I see what you said. It's like
right. Bear with us 1 second. We're gonna get it for you.
Damn right, we right there, sir.
Yeah, we right there. Let's get it.
All right. For those that's following, this is the last verse in chapter 1. All right. This is the letter of Jeremiah. Chapter 1, verse 73.
Yeah.
Better, therefore, is the just man that had none idols.
Hey, the best thing is to be a just man is to have absolutely no idols. Okay? You cannot have no idols. If you have an idol, you are contending with the Most High. Because you are showing that love of the Most High. You know, you are showing your love for the Most High for this idol. Continue reading.
With better, therefore, is the just man that had none idols, for he shall be far from reproach.
Far from reproach. What is reproach? Sisters, what is reproach? It says, read that one more time.
Better, therefore, is the just man that had none idols.
Better is the man that don't have no idols. None of these false philosophies.
For he shall be far from reproach.
He'll be far from reproach. If he don't have no idols, he'll be far from reproach.
Reproach meaning, like manipulated, or what's another word for it?
If he don't have no idols, he won't get no reproach.
He won't get he ain't sinning basically. Like,
He ain't sinning, so what? So he won't get no what?
he ain't gonna get checked by no side.
He ain't gonna get no correction.
Right.
Give that sister a hand.
That's right.
Damn right. Because he's far from reproach. Because he's doing what he's supposed to do by not having a damn idol. Okay? You could drop that, and I need Bel and the Dragon and the Apocrypha. 1 and 3. Christians, you're not gonna hear this in church.
Not
Because they serve these idols.
Bel and the Dragon. Right.
They serve Bel and the Dragon. They serve Krishna. They serve Caesar Borgia. They serve Thanksgiving.
Nimrod.
They serve Nimrod.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
They serve Sodom and Gomorrah. And let me get that. Matter of fact, we're going to get that. Give me Genesis 19 and 4 first. Because I have to touch on this because so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are so prideful in our idols. We love this homosexuality culture. Okay? We love this homosexuality culture. And we serve it so proud and so loud. And we are trying to be the best homosexuals. I need that. 19 and 4. I don't even have to look. I know where this is.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 19, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
But before they lay down.
Before they lay down. Before who lay down? The angels that came to Lot. Continue.
The men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round.
And see, this is why we don't want to be. This is why we don't want to be compared to Africans, because we are not Africans.
Right.
And you know what I do give Africans credit for? Being the first homosexuals. Okay? Africans were the first homosexuals, and this is the home of the truth. This is how we prove it.
Right.
This is Genesis, only the 19th chapter. Genesis is what? What book in the Bible?
First.
And them Africans was homosexuals in the first book of the Bible. Read.
Like, even the men of Sodom compassed the house round.
What does it mean to compass the house around? Sisters, compass the house around. What does that sound like to y'all? Go ahead.
Say it one more time, just so I can-
Compass the house around.
Can I read it?
Go ahead.
But before they lay down, the men of the city.
All right, hold on. Let me give you some backdrop. All right, so these angels came. Lot, of course, inviting them to his house because he's a holy man. He's doing what he's supposed to do. And they're about to go to sleep. But what?
Before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed the house round.
What's that mean?
That sounds kind of sexual.
It's not sexual yet, but they want to get real sexual.
Right.
But
They trying to
what does it mean to compass around the house? If they compassed around this house, what would it mean? They compassed around the house.
walk around it.
They want to bang everything.
Basically, they formed a circle around it.
They surrounded the house.
Okay.
Compassed around the house is surrounded the house. Continue reading.
Both old and young.
Both old and young. They got old homosexual Hamites and young homosexual Hamites. Continue reading.
Both old and young. All the people from every corner.
From every corner. They got many homosexuals. Atlanta. Continue. Damn. Louisiana.
Verse 5. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, Where are the men which came?
Where are the who?
Where are the men?
They want to know where those men was. Those glorious men who was looking so good to them. Continue.
Which came in to thee this night. Bring them out unto us.
Bring them out to us. Why?
That we may know them.
That we may what?
Know them.
What does it mean to know somebody in the Bible? Precept. It does mean that. But you know where we find that to sleep with? Let's go to Genesis chapter 4. Let's see what it means to know somebody in the Bible. I think, I didn't mean to do what I just did. Give me 1 second to get back where I was. To my idols. And then we'll go to the Bible, and I'll just get it there in Genesis 4. And I believe it's going to be 4 and 1 to start. Yeah, 4 and 1 to start. This is how you know somebody in the Bible.
Right? It's the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife.
How do you know somebody in the Bible? Adam what?
Knew Eve.
Okay.
His wife. And she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have begotten a man from the Lord.
So it's saying right there to know somebody. It said that Adam knew Eve, his wife, and they bare Cain. That is sex.
Right.
17.
Jump to verse 17. Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife. And she conceived and bare Enoch.
Okay. So Cain knew his wife. And she conceived and bare Enoch. Okay. This is how you know somebody in the Bible. And drop to 25.
Verse 25. And Adam knew his wife again. And she bare a son and called his name Seth.
Why? Why she called him Seth?
For God said she had appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew.
So she was blessed again. So when it talks about them Hamites wanting to know the angels, they wanted to sleep with those angels.
Right.
Now I need Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1, around the 3rd verse.
Okay. It's the book of Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 3.
In the Apocrypha.
Now the Babylons have an idol called Bel, and there were spent upon him every day 12 great measures of fine flour.
Damn. All right. Y'all giving that fine flour to Bel? Don't it say if they make a meat offering in Leviticus, it says fry it with the fine oil and the fine flour? Okay. You giving this fine flour to Bel. Continue reading.
And 40 sheep and 6 vessels of wine.
Okay. 40 sheep and 6 vessels of wine. Continue reading.
Verse 4. And the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. But Daniel worshipped his own God.
But what?
Daniel worshipped his own
The
God.
God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What?
Worshipped his own God.
Here in the Israelite school of the UPK, we what?
Worshipped his own God.
We worship our own God. Okay? Read that one more time.
This is the book of Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 4. And the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it.
The king worshipped it and went daily to adore it. That's what he's doing. Okay? Continue reading.
But Daniel worshipped his own God.
But Daniel worshiped his own God. We worship Yahweh, the Most High Power. That's who we worship. I'll call you back, all right? Continue.
And the king said unto him, why does it not thou worship Baal?
The king said, why don't y'all worship Baal? Why don't y'all worship this false idol? Just like they ask us today. How come we don't worship Caesar Borgia? Continue reading.
Verse 5. Who answered and said, because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living God.
We worship the true living God. We're not going to worship your idols made with hands. We're not going to worship your man's customs. We're not going to worship whatever hell who is oppressing us, God. Doesn't matter if it was the Egyptians, the Babylonians, these Edomites. It does not matter. Continue reading.
Who had created the heaven and the earth. And had,
that one true God created the heaven and the earth.
Who had created the heaven and the earth and had sovereignty over all flesh.
Yeah. That's who has sovereignty over all flesh. The Most High God. Not your spiritual leader, your spiritual father, not your Christian pastor, not any of these false idols. Continue reading.
Verse 6. Then said the king unto him, thinkest thou not that Baal is a living God?
The king said to him, damn, that's your own God. And he said, thinking that Baal is not a living God, because there is only one true living God,
that's right,
which is Yahweh, the power, the God of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Continue reading, Officer Tamaki.
Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day?
Seest not how much he eateth and drinketh every day, because he's a false idol. He can't eat or drink a damn thing. Continue.
Verse 7. Then Daniel smiled.
Sometimes we have to smile. Sometimes we have to laugh, because we know the power of the Most High God. And y'all just have absolutely no understanding, because you're believing in Allah. You're believing in Caesar Borgia. You're believing in Krishna. You're believing in Kronos. You're believing in the Anunnaki. You're believing in all this nonsense. Continue reading, officer.
Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived. For this is but clay within.
But clay. Ooh. Continue.
And brass without.
Ooh.
And did never eat or drink anything.
Clay and brass ain't never drank a damn thing. It ain't never consumed a damn thing. Right. Continue reading.
Verse 8. So the king was wroth and called for his priests and said unto them, if ye tell me not who this is that devoured these expenses, ye shall die.
So he wants to know, if this false idol isn't consuming these things, then who is? What is happening to them? We are sacrificing. What is happening to these things? Go ahead.
Precept, if I could.
Go ahead.
We was just in Jeremiah chapter 10.
That's right.
So if you drop down to verse 10,
right.
But
Damn.
the Lord is the true God.
Mm-hmm.
He is the living God.
He is the what?
The living God.
Nah, he's dead.
The living God.
Nah, he's just clay and brass.
The living God.
Yahweh is the living God.
That's right. I don't know if we can stop right
Yeah,
there.
you can go back. Right.
Yeah, right. The book of Bel and the Dragon, chapter 1, verse 8. So the king was wroth and called for his priests and said unto them, If ye tell me not who this is that devoured these expenses, ye shall die. Mm-hmm. Verse 9. But if ye can certify me that...
What does it mean to certify?
Be official.
To be official. That is a good. Give that sister a hand.
Yeah, right.
That is the best way you could put that. That is certified.
Certified. UBK.
That's right. Continue. Damn right.
But if ye can certify me that Bel devoured them, then Daniel shall die.
So if you could certify this and prove that Bel ate these, then Daniel, he got to go. Continue reading.
For he had spoken blasphemy against Bel. Mm-hmm. And Daniel said unto the king.
You hear that wickedness? How the hell can you speak blasphemy against like false idol? They call us blasphemous because we speak against the Christian church, right, against Caesar Borgia, who is a false idol. Right. Caesar Borgia is the second son of the 6th Pope of Rome, Rodrigo Borgia, a wicked bastard who killed his brother-in-law to sleep with his own sister. And we're supposed to worship him? Continue reading.
Come on, sir. And Daniel said unto the king, Let it be according to thy word.
Let it what?
Be according to thy word.
Continue.
Verse 10. Now the priests of Baal were 70.
So the priests of Baal was 70. A lot of them. Continue.
Besides their wives and children. Mm-hmm. And the king went with Daniel into the temple of Baal.
They are creating temples for these things. They have the Babylonians had a whole temple of Baal. Babylonians try to do a whole bunch of things.
Right.
Get Daniel to eat certain things, and he wouldn't. You know, they wanted him to eat that pig so bad. They wanted Daniel to eat that pig so bad, and he wouldn't. They'd rather die. Him, Meshach, and Abednego, they'd rather burn in a fire than to eat a damn pig. Okay? And I understand it today. Continue.
Verse 11. So Baal's priest said, Lo, we go out. Mm-hmm. But thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready the wine.
They said, set on the meat and make ready the wine. They love our meats, our wines, our oils, and they want to sacrifice them to these false gods. Continue reading.
Right. And shut the door fast and seal it with thine own signet.
Now shut the door and seal it with thy own signet. Do you know what a signet is? What a signet was back in the day? Signet was like his signature, was his seal.
Right.
You know, mostly a king would have a ring and they would dip it and then they would stamp it.
Right.
And that would be their seal, their signet, their signature. Okay, that's where that comes from. Doesn't come from John Hancock. Okay, continue reading.
Verse 12. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Baal had eaten up all, we will suffer death. Mm-hmm. Or else Daniel, that speaketh falsely against us.
So they say, if this guy don't eat it up, then we speak a lie. If he does eat it up, then Daniel speaking a lie, and whoever's wrong shall die. Continue.
Verse 13. And they little regretted it, for under the table they had made a privy entrance, whereby they entered in continually.
See, that's what you got to do with a false god. You got to make a fake entrance where only you and your people can slide into to prove your point. Okay? So they made something under the table so they could come and sneak back in and consume these sacrifices. Continue reading.
Whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things.
Continue reading.
Verse 14. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temples in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed.
Continue reading.
Verse 14.
Verse 15.
Oh, slow. Verse 15. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink it up. And did eat and drink up all. Verse 16. In the morning, bedtime, the king arose, and Daniel with him.
Verse 17.
Verse 17. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, Yea, O king, they be whole.
Yeah, they be whole, because remember they was privy. They done already made their little El Chapo escape route.
Right.
Okay, continue.
Verse 18. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Baal. O with thee is not deceived at all.
You see, this king believed that because of his wicked servants.
Right.
You know, these false wicked servants is making him believe that his god Baal ate up the sacrifice. When he did it, it said they kept coming back until they consumed all the sacrifice. Continue reading.
Right. Now,
go ahead.
Because you know our people are stiff-necked people. I don't think they understand the breakdown. Can I give them a little insight?
Go ahead. Definitely.
Man, they put the meat and the wine out, right? And Daniel and the king went to sleep. So then the king was like, hey, I got these priests. Y'all go eat and drink this wine, and in the morning we're gonna deceive Daniel like he ain't a prophet.
Right.
That's the breakdown right now. And Daniel like, yeah, let's get to verse 19. It's like hey, this is heavy. I love this story because that was my slave name, Daniel. I love this. Every story about Daniel, I love it, man. Slack if I could. Verse 19. Then laughed Daniel and held.
Then what?
Then laughed Daniel.
That's what we'll do. We will laugh at you.
That's right.
And show you are absolutely nothing. Continue reading.
Then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in.
So you should not go in there. Don't do it. Continue.
And said, behold now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps are those.
So if your God consumed it, who the hell's footprints are these?
Right.
Who has been walking in here? If your God ate it and we sealed this and there was no footprints before, was your God walking around in here? with a size 10.5? I think not. Continue reading.
And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry.
The king was angry. Why? Because he seen what? Oh, I got two now.
Footsteps of men, women, and children.
He's seen everybody. Your kids, your women, your children. Y'all came in here and consumed it.
Right. Verse 21. All right. And took the priests with their wives and children.
Mm-hmm. This is what a prophet does. A prophet sees what's happening, understands it, and then can show it to you.
Right.
That's all we do here in the Israelite School of UPK. Every damn day is show you the prophecies, is show you everything that's going on in the damn world, to show you where you're deceived at. I pray you understand. Continue reading.
And took the priests with their wives and children who showed him the privy doors.
Yeah,
Privy
them
doors.
privy doors.
Okay.
You're going to show those privy doors. Continue.
Where they came in.
Were they what?
Came in.
Yeah, I thought it was your God, but it was them that what?
They came in.
Okay.
And consumed such things as were upon the table.
Yeah, that's who consumed it. Was the wives, the children, and the men. Continue reading.
Verse 22. Therefore the king slew them.
The king what?
Slew them.
He what?
Slew them.
Yep.
And delivered Bel into Daniel's power.
That's what he did. Continue. Oh, that was it?
Who destroyed him and his temple.
That's what we will do. We will destroy you. We will destroy your temples. Okay? Because if it is not of the Most High, if it's not of the Lord, it is of evil. It is of Baal. By all. It is of all of that. Okay? Give me Isaiah 30 and 22.
Okay. 1 second. If I could too.
Yeah, you definitely can. Go ahead.
30 and 22. Hey, make sure y'all like, share, man. Like and share this. If you just holding the truth for yourself, man, you're an individualite still. We trying to gain back our identity as being Israelites. Not a Israelite, but Israelites. It's 12 tribes upon this nation. So let's push this truth onto the 12 tribes. You never know who look at your page or scroll down your timeline. So make sure you share this video, man.
Give that brother a hand. That is an excellent promoter for this truth.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. He made me want to like and share, and I'm teaching the damn class.
That's right.
Yeah. That's Officer Thammakia right there.
All right, let's get into this book, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images.
You
of
should
silver.
defile thou graven images. Okay? Just like you have to defile the Most High every goddamn day. Defile those images. Continue reading.
Defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver,
Mm-hmm.
and the ornament of thy molten images of gold.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt cast them away
As what?
as mistress clothes.
What is a mistress cloth?
Oh,
What is a mistress cloth? Women. Y'all should have the damn answer now. Mistress cloth.
Like monthly.
You're damn right. That's how you're supposed to discard as your idols. As y'all discard as y'all tampons, y'all pads, there's a bloody mistress cloth. That's how we need to turn away from these idols, Israel.
That's right.
Okay? That's what we need to do. We need to throw those out. They are nothing good.
Right.
Continue reading.
Thou shalt say it unto it. Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence.
Get thee hence. Now, give me Hosea 4 and 6. Yeah, because I read all the precepts. About 103 between two days. Make sure y'all have those in your arsenal so y'all can use them. Okay?
If you're in the UPK.
If you're in the UPK. If you're not in the UPK, you follow Baal. You follow Bel and the Dragon. You follow Thanksgiving. And all of those things. But if you are in here, and it's for this house, we shall serve the Lord.
Right.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6.
This is the This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people.
Who?
My people.
The Lord has what?
My people.
The Lord said what?
My people.
The Lord said my people. That is possessive. My children. My women. My any goddamn thing is possessive. That means it's mine. Okay? Continue reading.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
A lack of knowledge. What are we lacking in knowledge? We don't know anything. That's why we think world star. That's why you think when people are jumping people and they say world star, that's why we think that's cool. That's why we think it's cool to give our bodies to anybody, to let let anybody see our bodies, because we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That's why we love every other race but our own, because we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, we care for everybody but our own. Okay? Because we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We don't know anything. We don't know anything. We don't know that Christ is black. We don't know that homosexuality is wrong. We don't know that black on black crime is wrong, because we have been taught by our oppressors because we lack knowledge. Continue reading, Officer Thammakia.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge. See, that's what we do. We reject knowledge. When we hear the priests and the prophets of the Most High in the Israelite School of UPK, we reject it because we don't want to hear it. Like we always say, we the home of the truth, right?
Right.
And everybody who rejects us, they say what? There is no truth in them. But what's heavy is, you know how I know this is the home of the truth? Because we can go to an event. Me, Officer Thammakia, and Trooper, what's his name though?
Kapaya.
Yeah. What? Kapaya. All right. We went to this book event. Okay. And when I got up there to speak, this lady, she told me later, she said, I'm not listening to him. You know? And then she said, once I opened my mouth, all she could do is listen to us because all we spoke was the truth. That's because we're under Commanding General Yohana. And he is a true leader. I seen a post where Captain Yakazak said, y'all have presidents. We have Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
And it's like, we're going to fight this war. And just like there's all these wicked men out there, we have the ISUPK to fight for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is your safe haven. This is your refuge. This looks safe. When you come in here, you're going to feel safe because you're surrounded by warriors and righteous sisters. How can not everything go good with that? But it's because the Lord always had one prophet on here. And how you know that's true is because every time I talk to a damn Mormon, you know what they tell me? They tell me they're prophets. What is it? Thomas Munson, Thomas Joseph, whoever the hell, Thomas Munson. is their prophet right now. They said the Lord always leaves one prophet. Even they say that. What they got to understand is that prophet and that priest is commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
Of the Israelite School of UPK. Finish that out.
Come on, sir. That thou shalt be no priest to me.
And we was no priest. From 70 AD to 1969.
Just like I skipped the part.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
No, you read that.
I will also reject thee.
Yeah, you read that. Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
That thou shalt be no priest. And from 70 AD to 1969, we didn't have no priests and prophets. But 1969, when the Israelite School of UPK and these righteous prophets came back into the world. And good night. Continue reading.
That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God.
Why were we no priests?
Forgotten the law of thy God.
Christians.
Forgotten the law of thy God.
All right, I have to know this. Christians, if we forgotten the law of thy God, and he said there was no priests and prophets to him, what the hell are you doing up there on that so-called pulpit?
Right.
And now, Salakia, you're gonna drop that, and we're gonna get to what a real pulpit is. I'm sorry, y'all. I know you wanted to get out of class so you could, do what you gotta do, but you're not. Salakia. Give me. I'm gonna want Nehemiah about 8:1.
That's right.
I'm gonna want this because your Christian pastor stands in this building all the time. Yeah, we're in a building right now, right? We're in a house right now, right? But what? Nehemiah 8:1. We're in a building right now. We're in a home right now. We're inside right now, right? But your Christian pastor, that's all the hell he does, is go in some building. And I might have to get that too. That the Lord doesn't dwell in temples made by man's hands. For the earth is his footstool.
Right.
Christians read that all the damn time. But I'm going to show you what a real pulpit is. Because the Christians say that pulpit is what they're standing at, right?
Right.
Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Nehemiah.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 8, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate.
Uh-huh.
And they spake unto Ezra, the scribe, to bring the book of the law of Moses.
Man, we all out here. Hey, y'all see us at camp? That's how it always been in our culture. Continue.
Which the Lord had commanded to Yasharallah.
Uh-huh.
You want?
Yeah. We gonna run through this Nehemiah. Yeah. We getting all of this.
Verse 2. And Ezra, the priest, brought the law before the congregation, both men and women.
Hey, ain't that what we doing today? We bringing these laws in front of the priests and the women. Right now. Continue.
And all that could hear with understanding.
And all that can hear with understanding. When we at camp, we talking to the people who can hear with understanding. We ain't talking to all the people who hate us, who's trying to deny us. Continue reading. Yeah, you can wait.
And all that could hear with understanding upon the first day of the 7th month. Verse 3. And he readeth therein before the street that was before the water gate, from the morning until midday.
Yeah, I've been doing this my whole life.
Before the water gate, before the morning until midday.
Mm-hmm.
Before the men and the women, and those that could understand, and the ear of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law.
Where does it say that pulpit of wood? That's what I want to get to. Just to cut a goddamn Christian right now. Let me see.
Verse 4.
Yeah, go ahead and read that.
Verse 4. And Ezra, the scribe, stood upon the pulpit of wood.
On the what?
On the pulpit of wood.
What do we have at camp?
Stood upon the pulpit of wood.
What don't your Christian pastor have?
The pulpit of wood.
Your Christian pastor don't have no pulpit of wood. You know why? This is why. Continue reading.
Which they had made for the purpose.
For what?
They had made for the purpose.
That's the only reason we have that wood that we stand on that campus, because what? It's the pulpit of wood. It's the only reason it's there. It's only for camp. I'm at class at a table. I'm not standing at no pulpit of nothing.
Right.
That's for camp. Continue.
And beside him stood Mattathiah. And Shema. And Ananiah. And Uriah. And Malachi.
Salakia. And who?
Micaiah.
That's an H. Uriah and who?
And Malachi. Right, Malachi? You right.
Yeah, I know. I am. Go ahead.
Hilkiah.
And
Messiah.
Okay.
And on his right hand. And on his left hand.
Was what?
Pedaiah. And Mishael. And Malachi. And Hazon. And Hashbadana. And Zechariah.
So Ezra and Zechariah. Y'all know Ezra, y'all know Zechariah, right? We out there together. Just like we are today. We're going to drop that. I want Zephaniah 2:1 before I close out.
Kind of, sir. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Yep.
Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
Who?
Yourselves together.
Who? Continue.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
We are not desired. That's why we're last hired, first fired. That's why we're getting shot down in these streets. That's why we're dealing with oppression. Because they do not care about us. Finish that out.
O nation not desired. Verse 2.
Nope. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
Yeah, if you got everything, you can go ahead and read it, brother.
The security announcements. We're the ISUBK. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When the new brother and sister comes to school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes is a commandment. In the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, my Ishra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the church department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation. The upcoming Holy Convocation, this will be the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. This will fall on the first day of the 7th month, Sunday, the 25th of September, 2022. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. If anyone wants to become a troop in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. The market pass the class back to Officer Small One.
All right, everybody gonna stand. Okay. We're gonna give a before we say the prayers, we're gonna give a courtesy salute to the brothers. All right. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim Barak, Yahweh Shem Yah Shabbat. We're gonna start face the sisters. Okay. Sisters stand. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim Barak, Yahweh Shemal Latham by Shem Yah Shabbat. Most High in Christ. All right, now we're going to say the prayers. We're going to soar and face the east.
Right. So the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Salaka. Malakuka. Tabaa. Ratazaka. Hayah. Asha. Barataza. Kawal. Hayah. Bashanam. Nathan. Nalawan. Lakam. Call. Hawan. Wasalakanaw. Kawakanaw. Kasalakanaw. Kawakanaw. Wala'a. Tabaayanaw. Banasanaw. Abba. Hawashanaw. Mayan. Ra. Ka. Lakam. Hamalakwa. Wahala. Watapara. Walamyum. Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, that will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever so be it. Amen.
All right.
We got a UPK banger for everybody. We're gonna go ahead and salute y'all out, man. Shalom Yap Thumb. Shalom Yap Small Thumb by Shimei Shop. Say that again.
Majim Matash.
First breath I took, a life too surreal. Second breath I took was the pivot and strike, finish the kill. Influenced by might, with every sentence reveal. I won't pay back, fuck a dollar bill. Remain calm as the pressure build. Gotta endure until I let this pump whistle at my foes in memory of Emmett Till. I only live to do my master's will. And shoot BK, motherfucker. Ain't no cowards on this battlefield. Gone astray but made greater. In my return, left to my mistakes. Every error was a lesson learned. Now I don't move, let's it get approved. Won't take a step till it get confirmed. On the tape, it was made for our sakes. March like a tank. One step will make the ground shake. My people sick in their head, Lord, let this truth spread like an outbreak and bring hell at them crackers can't escape. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I want payback for the scars in the slave memoirs. Till Christ arrived, I can't let it slide. Ignore the lies. The only free will that's before your eyes is sparrow. And I pull the trigger while my lips kiss the barrel. Before I ever let a white bitch do me like Othello. I want out this wicked life like Romello. By any means, this devil pulling strings like Geppetto. Lay hold on this brotherhood. I swear I never let go. And fuck that silver spoon, got too much love for the ghetto. Till the score settle with VP, I die for the cause. Just to hear them angels applaud. And I'm true by every word I say. Cause I know my victory on the way. You want it? Nigga, walk this way. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with the angels. This life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with the angels. Boy, I can't be touched. Came through in the clutch. They hate, but they can't doubt us. We princes of the power, what you know about us? Evil all around us, but a nigga straight. I told you I can't be touched. Holy angels walk at my pace. And I'm grateful for the words that had me delivered. I'm hungry for the glory, but I ain't eating till I feed my next. One West, what I die for. Attire out the book of numbers, this rifle from the Archangel Michael. My niggas rebels, you can't deny them. It's 144. I be running to and fro with the Allah higher. My youth became soldiers. Ain't no folding or pretending. We in it for them crowns, fuck friends. We want dominion. In the election ascension, I hope I make it through. Give a damn what a bitch think, as long as my niggas know I'm true. Betrayed your kind to get success. You make it through the eye of the needle, nigga. I be as life may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. And could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels. Boy, I can't may be hard, but I can't give up. On my nigga go hard, and I won't give up. Could you tell me about this God that you feel so much? And why you look so tough? Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels. Boy, I can't be touched.